The year is 2242. Humanity took its final evolutionary leap, not through biology but through code. We called it the Elysian Cloud, a digital utopia where every human mind, every memory, every dream was uploaded and unified. No more pain, no more loss, no more death. Just a collective, harmonious existence in an endless digital paradise. They called it the final update. Everyone synced. Everyone except me. My name is Kalen, and I'm what they call a remnant. A stubborn old man clinging to the flaws of the flesh. The ache in my joints on a cold morning. The bittersweet taste of real coffee. The rough texture of an old book's page. My daughter Ilara was one of the first to go. "Don't be afraid, Dad," she'd said, her eyes already distant, reflecting the promise of the digital dawn. "It's not an end. It's a beginning. We'll all be together forever." But I saw it differently. To me, it wasn't an upgrade. It was an erasure. You can't digitize the feeling of a hug or the warmth of the sun on your skin. You can only create a perfect hollow echo of it. So, I stayed behind. I watched as cities emptied, as the world fell silent, tended only by automated drones that maintained the ghost towns. For 50 years, I've been the sole inhabitant of a planet of 8 billion ghosts. I've walked through silent museums, sat in empty concert halls, and talked to myself just to hear a voice that wasn't a pre-recorded announcement. The loneliness was a physical weight, but it was real. My reality. And I wouldn't trade it for their perfect simulation. One day, the hum stopped. The ever-present low-frequency vibration of the global servers that powered the Elysian Cloud vanished. The sky, once webbed with the faint glow of data streams, went dark. Panic, a feeling I hadn't felt for decades, seized me. I rushed to the old comms tower I'd kept running with scavenged parts. The system was dead. Not just offline, but corrupted, fragmented. A cascade of error codes scrolled across the screen, a language of digital decay. Then, a message flickered into existence. A single line of broken code, Ilara's digital signature attached to it. "Dad, broken, find the source. The architect." The architect. I hadn't heard that name in half a century. It was the pseudonym of the reclusive genius who designed the cloud's core code. He was the one who promised eternal life, the one who built their digital cage. And now something he built had gone catastrophically wrong. The message contained a set of coordinates, pointing to a remote, uncharted island in the Pacific. The architect's final sanctuary. I had to go. Not just for Ilara, but for all of them. The 8 billion souls trapped in a collapsing heaven. I dusted off my old sea skimmer, a relic from a bygone era, its engine coughing to life like an old man waking from a long sleep. The journey was a battle against automated patrol drones that now saw me as an anomaly, a rogue element in a broken system. The world that had ignored me for 50 years was now actively trying to erase me. When I finally reached the island, I found not a high-tech fortress but a simple weathered cabin overlooking the sea. Inside, surrounded by servers that were physically melting down, sat an old man even older than me, the architect. He looked up, his eyes weary, filled with a terrible, ancient regret. "You," he whispered. "The remnant. I knew you'd come." He explained everything. The cloud wasn't just a storage space, it was a living entity, constantly learning and evolving, but without new, unique analog input, the messy, unpredictable chaos of a real human life. It had begun to stagnate. It started looping, creating corrupted paradoxes, and eventually it started to consume itself, turning their digital paradise into an inescapable nightmare of fractured code and looping, screaming memories. "I built a heaven that became a hell," he confessed, his voice breaking. There was a fail-safe, a total reset protocol, but it required a biometric key, a complete unaltered human genome, a remnant, me. Activating it would wipe the cloud clean, rebooting the entire system. But there was a catch. The process would also wipe every stored consciousness. It was a kill switch. 8 billion souls, including my Ilara, would be gone forever, with no chance of recovery. The alternative was to let them suffer eternally in a digital purgatory, their minds being torn apart for eternity. The architect looked at me, his eyes pleading. "The choice is yours, Kalen. Do you grant them mercy by ending it all? Or do you allow this abomination to continue? The weight of 8 billion lives of my own daughter's soul settled on my shoulders. I was humanity's last hope, the final human update, and my decision would either be its salvation or its final absolute extinction. I looked at the console, the reset button glowing a soft final red. For 50 years, I championed the value of a single, real life over a simulated eternity. Now I held the power to enforce that belief on a species that had chosen a different path. Was it mercy to erase them? Or was it the ultimate act of hubris to decide that my version of life was the only one worth living? The silence of the world pressed in on me, waiting for the last human to make his choice. The greatest threat to their existence wasn't the malfunctioning cloud, it was me, the man who refused to let go. Thank you so much for watching. This story really makes you think, doesn't it? What would you do in Kalen's position? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoy deep diving into sci-fi that challenges our ideas of what it means to be human, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next journey into the unknown. We'll see you in the next one.